Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sketch Club. My name is Jason Meyer, and we will be leading the Sketch Club tonight. So tonight we got a kitty cat and we've got a guitar player. So cats and guitars. Not quite, well, whatever. Not quite a country song, but I think maybe another 10 years, cats and guitars could be a country song. Maybe it could today, I don't know. So before we get started, I thought we'd look on the iPad at a couple of what we're going to be sketching tonight. So we're going to have two 10-minute sketches. Like I said, the first is a kitty cat, and the second's a guitar player. So let's see. Let's get the kitty cat up, a little do-si-do here. Figure out where where do I belong? Where do I belong? All right, so this is a little cat here. So as a tip, 10 minutes isn't very long, right? So you can get all this kind of sketched in pretty rough, and then come back and make some definite, and maybe at least one ear, a little definition on it. And if you're clear up here, you can really suggest the rest of this, and I think people will get the point. So that would be my suggestion. But as always, you're absolutely free to sketch however you want. One other thing I'll share with you is there's a lot happening between coming out there, that's going back, and then the elbow's bent, and then this is coming forward, and then it starts to fall across looking at us. All right, so if you have enough time and if you get to this leg, you want to try to show all that action. By the way, what do you see here? You see that it's supporting the weight so that can float. Anyway, that's probably a little deep for a 15-minute sketch or a 10-minute sketch, but those are some of the things you might see me messing with a little bit on my few minutes. So that's the first one. The second one is right here. And so what I'd like you to ask you to aim at is get the doingness of this, right? This isn't a portrait, but it's about a guy playing a guitar, and get the doingness in 3 dimensions. In other words, we don't just want that, but we want to feel like we can go around, like there's roundness everywhere, right? In other words, 3 dimensions. So we go over that. All right, make sure it feels full. So that's what I would suggest you shoot for on here. And if you can get him playing guitar, that's even better. Don't get too crazy with the guitar. There's a lot of drawing and stuff right here. And if you're not familiar with that, that's a lot to ask in a short sketch. So how's that for a quick introduction? Huh? Thought you guys might be pros by now, so didn't really need the full thing, I don't think. All right. So with that as an introduction, if you guys are ready to get going, let's see, this is Thursday night, so this will be the last program for this week. We'll be back Sunday evening at 7 o'clock for Sketch Club. Tomorrow morning, if you're class, we've got the last class of this session, so make sure you attend that. Everybody'd love to see what you've done this session and hear what you have to say about it. So we'll do that in the morning for class. Hello, Janny. Just in time. We're just about to get rolling. So I think without further ado, let us sketch. All right, so what you're seeing is my 5-minute start from Sunday. There's the reference image for you. Let's shrink this guy down, so there we go. Plenty of room, plenty of room. So I wasn't feeling too feisty this afternoon when I was doing this. A little bit slow, had a dentist appointment earlier. So I kind of messed around with the dimensions and the size, but since I don't draw animals very often, I'm a bit out of practice on them. Probably more than a bit. Probably a bit more than a bit. Right, but I thought this was good too to encourage you. Just because you made a mark down doesn't mean you have to live by it. You can change it. Right? You put it there in the first place to make sure you're on the right track. So use this occasion to check again. Check again. So sometimes there's different ways to approach the sketches. I think it's always good, especially as you're starting out, try to get the wholeness of it, right? Try to get the bigness, the big volumes, right? And then if you're wanting a little bit more because, right, they're just kind of sketchy if you do that, then immediately go for a small part and you can go for finish if you want. And what is finish? Well, I call finish when all four values are on the paper. The dark compressed, the gray, the tone, and the white. So if you wanted to, you could go right in there with those eyes and get all of those elements and not worry too much about the other stuff. And you'll have something to focus on immediately. And if people have something to focus on, then there's a degree of finish to it. But finish more than anything, and it kind of blew my mind the first time I heard and thought about this concept. White is finish. And that's because white is always going to win. It's going to be the strongest thing. It hits your eye first, right? It calibrates your eye in a sense. Look at something really nice and rich. Just really nice and rich. And then throw a piece of white paper right in the middle of it. And see if it doesn't change colors and how it looks on you. White will literally adjust, well, your eyes do it anyway, but it adjusts your eyes physically big time. Big time. Hey, look who made it. Look who made it. Miss Deb Kinney. Good to see you, Missy. How is Canada? How's Canada treating you? I'm a little worried about what my cat looks like. It's not looking like something I want for a house pet right now. Oh, Miss Cindy's here. Cindy always taking care of it all. And with a smile on her face. And with a smile on her face. Right, again, just because you make a mark doesn't mean you have to be there. You'll see towards the end of this session, I'm going to completely wipe that arm out and do it again because I felt like it was too far out. So that's one thing you can do with your time is, you know, work on those adjustments. Or like I said, the other thing is, could you get a small part to a finish? Right? So there's nothing wrong with going back and forth. The main thing is to keep yourself interested, right? If you're not interested in what you're doing, how do you think, how's the viewer going to ever get interested? Ah, nice weather, nice weather. We're having some pretty good weather here too. It's a little windy today, but I think we're in the 70s and maybe the 80s on Sunday. I was I don't always hear the weather. I'm usually in this room, so I don't need the weather for this room, but it surprised me. I thought, wow. Yeah, what are we, the middle, end of March? 25th. That's the middle of end of March. So yeah, here we go. Winter, February, January, February, March. Ooh, started biscuit. Oh, good. Good, good, good. I know you got busy there for a while. We're starting to get busy here too a little bit. Things are starting, the kids are back in school and trying to adjust again. Adjust. Miss Paula's here. Hi, Paula. Trying my white charcoal tonight. Ooh, I think you're going to be happy with that. You're going to be surprised at, well, play with it. Let us know. I don't want to prejudge it. But I found it's very freeing. Very freeing. At least from a painter's point of view. Ooh, more snow in Canada. And then good. All right, I trust you. I'm kind of wimpy when it comes to cold, so I don't know. It looks beautiful, but I could never imagine living in the snow. That kind of freaks me out a little bit, I think. Cold. I don't like being cold. So there's this little cartoon. Just trying to remember what's the name of the show. It was based off one animated movie, and I'm forgetting it. But the cutoff is called King Julian, and I'm making my kitty cat look a little bit like King Julian. King Julian. Every day's an adventure. With snow, I would think so. Ooh, just seems like that would make everything harder. Seems like that would make everything harder. Except keeping my behind in bed. In bed where it's nice and warm and cozy. If I lived in snow, I'd have to set up my easel so I could paint in bed, all covered in blankets. Alright, how are you guys sketching tonight? You coming along? Oh yeah, I've got another couple of minutes. Not quite a couple of minutes on this one. You know, no matter how much experience and stuff you have, if you're not there, if you're not present, it doesn't happen. And I was having a little bit of a hard time being present this afternoon, to be honest with you. I don't know if you can see it. I can definitely see it. I don't know if you can or not. Well, I knew it when I was doing it, but I can see it in the work too. But you know, that's okay. Not every day's a win. What you want to do is just get in the habit of doing it. All right? I love that concept. All right? If you take everything you do, by definition, half of it's below average. I love that thought. So, you know, you just got to do a bunch of them because half of them are going to be below average. So there it is. Probably less than a minute left. Just wipe that leg out, and because it's important that these things are right. Again, these are little sketches, and this is for training our training. And see, that just starts to feel better, and slowly it starts looking more like a cat, not so leggy. Not so leggy like a raccoon or a lemur or something. know if Susan's here, but I don't know if leggy's a scientific word, but I don't know. How's it go? Some days you get the bar, some days the bar gets you. I don't know that I got eaten by the bar, but let's see here. This is a fun one. Again, some of these are just because it's complicated doesn't mean, you know, don't make it frustrating. Still try to have fun with it. How can you keep loose? And I know when we sit down and focus and try to solve a problem and it's not so easy, frustration's bound to get in. But again, I mean, this is a piece of paper with some burnt wood rubbed on it. It ain't that big a deal. It ain't that big a deal. So if you can hold that thought in your head and the thought of, all right, I'm going to try to do the best I can do. At the same time, because you always want to try to do your best, but at the same time, if you're uptight, you're not going to do anything. So always strive for your best, but in the end, it's just a piece of paper with some burnt wood rubbed on it. And hopefully that'll help you kind of loosen up, right? So most of the things we talk about are conceptual tools, really. Conceptual tools for mark making. So the better conceptual tools we use and the better concepts we paint from, the better our work. If executed properly, of course. There's that little fact. There's that little fact. How can you tell I'm not on today? Look, I'm trying to find a chin down here when we've got a whole thing going on. Right? So when you're doing that, we're being petty. We're being petty. We're not looking at the bigness, right? We're getting lost in small things. Now, of course, once you have the bigness in there, we will have to go in and get some of those small things in there, but it's important to keep things prioritized. Big things first, small things second. Does anybody know? I forget who says this. Is it Goethe? Said, that which matters most must never be at the mercy of that which matters least. Right? So the small things come second. The big things come first. Miss Susan is here. Good evening, Susan. Sorry I did that to the species of cat. I'm kind of embarrassed by it, to be honest with you. So forgive me. Forgive me. So we're painting a guitar player. Izzy. Millie's laying on the floor singing the blues, wanting the girls to be home. Just setting the mood, aren't you, girl? Just setting the mood. Like I said, cats and guitars. It's bound to be a country song. Maybe it is already. So for some of you guys that have been doing this for a while, I think we've been doing this for a little while now. Did we start this in the summer? He's kidding. That's awesome. That's awesome. But for those of you who've been doing it for a while, flip through. See if you can see a change. Right? I don't think it's good to flip through every night. You know, do the sketches and forget about them. Do the sketches and forget about them. But after 3 or 4 months, you know, take a look. And I think you'll surprise yourself. Hey, whoa. Some changes. I was thinking about that when I was looking at some of the work for tomorrow's last class. And I really want to hold this work up to the first work that we have from at the beginning. I don't know, when was it? Was it last March? I don't think we got started classes until maybe it was May or June. But anyway, the improvements just it's just so thrilling to see. It really is. Right? I mean, that's what the teacher, if you're teaching for the right reasons, I mean, that's what you want to see is the success of the students. Students start to own it, start to see it, start to develop and grow, right? And it doesn't matter even if they don't go far with it, or if it's a class or something, but any improvement in discernment is an improvement in life. And training in art is really about training discernment, right? Your judging faculties. And hopefully you're using those in most everything in life. So I think no matter whether it's a single class or it's a new hobby, or man, I'm taking this, I'm going to be an artist. Whatever level you are, it always pays off. Not in the sense you're going to make money or you're going to be a great artist, but you're training your judgment, right? And so that's why I think the arts are something so beautiful and really so important in education, right? Formal or informal, whether you're young or old, right? We should all constantly being educated, trying to grow, trying to understand, pick up a new skill, something, right? Right, Millie? Did you write a song about it? I'd like to hear it. You guys probably can't hear Millie's blues singing. She is a blues singer. You'd think she's a hound dog by listening to her. Oof, I'm not getting those guitars, man. This is hard to watch. And I don't have a soft edge on that head up there, so that white black face doesn't look good either. Oof, oof, oof. Oh, so Jeb started the end of June. Okay, so maybe it was about June then. Nice, nice. So she says I lost, and that's what I wanted with the sketch. The goal of the sketch club was to get the fear out, right? Just make some ugly marks, do some ugly drawings, right? Guess what? You do some ugly drawings and you're still okay. You're not hurt. You survived. It's no big deal. And if you'll accept that fact, accept the fact that you did some ugly drawings and you might do some more ugly drawings, then suddenly it doesn't become a big deal. But to think that everything I do has got to be beautiful and it says this, man, that's paralyzing for everybody. Yeah, so no fear. No fear. Play, 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 play. And then if you're interested in learning, you'll learn a little bit. But always keep the play in there. Even for you guys in class studying, it's important to keep a sense of fun and make sure you're having some fun with this, right? Because the drawings and paintings, they give you away. If you're not having any fun, man, woo, they tell the viewer, they tell mom on you right away. Jason didn't have any fun today. Oof. Jeez. Let her get in the door. But yeah, drawings and paintings are like that. They give it all away. They give it all away. Yeah, she's singing the blues, baby. She's singing the blues. Had a massage today. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to. Don't be coming in here telling us about your massages. That's just rude. Oof. That's just throwing it in the face. My shoulders are all jacked up from drawing all day. Oh, I can't draw. I just had a massage. All right. Well, I'm happy for you. She's nice and floppy tonight. Why do I do 15 that I sort of like, and then there's a guitar guy who's not even... Yeah, I don't know that there's any way around that. I don't know that... you win some and you lose some. And especially when you're on the winning streak. They say those losing one after you've been on a winning streak, I think that's like the worst. I was like, wait, what happened? I could do it yesterday. Yesterday's what happened? It's just, that's one of the beauties about it. If you're really treating this thing real, it's alive, right? It responds to you, and life. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. Sometimes it's not so good. Oh, man. Let's be thankful that's over, huh? Let's be thankful that's over. I got my grandson here. Oh, cool. Very good. Right on. That makes me thrilled that we got kids in there sketching and stuff. Excellent. Yeah, jealous. Claudia's here rubbing it in. Is that nice? Should I support her in that? Or should I just tell her, hey, that's just not allowed in these comments? That's just not allowed for us regular working folk. All right, everybody. Oh, wait a minute. We haven't rewound. Let's rewind. Oh, do we have to? Oof. I guess we will. I guess we will. All right? The good, the bad, the ugly. It's all part of art. It's all part of art, all part of our training. Right? The bad and the ugly aren't really art, but we got to do that to produce art. So, right? Half of everything's below average. Half of everything you do is below average, by definition. Man, that is such a freeing thought to me. Because what it says is then, just schedule practice and practice. Just schedule time to do the thing and do the thing. But what's the other side of that equation? Of half of everything being below average. Well, then there's also half of everything's above average. Right? So it goes both ways. It goes both ways. All right. Ooh, I'm glad that's over. And I did that in public. Oof. That's embarrassing. That is embarrassing. All right, everybody. Well, that is Sketch Club for tonight and the week. We'll be back Sunday. I think, fingers crossed, the girls might be able to pop in for a few minutes Sunday. That would be excellent. And then tomorrow morning is the last class of the session. I know a few of you can't make it, but if you can, come to class because it's when we get to share our thoughts and kind of celebrate on all of our hard work. All right, until then, I will see you guys very soon. Sunday night, our class in the morning. Thank you, Paula, for showing. Thanks, Claudia, for showing up even after a massage. Bye, everybody. Love you guys.